right, good evening, friends. Meteorologist Shane Smith here with you. It is Wednesday, June 17th. It is late. It's 11:30 at night. Sorry for not getting on here a little sooner, but you may notice I'm not in my usual locale. But we are tracking some severe weather moving towards northern Kentucky, and I wanted to jump on here and give you all an update about what to expect. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and the old TikTok. Austin Kendrick already popping a question. Do you think it will be bad rain for tomorrow in Pikeville and Friday? Could be a few thunderstorms tomorrow. Could be on the stronger side. We'll talk about that here in a second, Austin. Rita Osborne joining us from Corbin. Thank you for joining us. And the good news is I don't think Southern Kentucky's got a lot to worry about tonight. Tomorrow may be a little bit of a different story. So let's use Radar Omega, and we're going to kind of set the stage for what's going on tonight. We've got a cold front dropping into the Ohio Valley, and this is not just a cool front. This is a legitimate cold front in the almost beginning of summertime. We're days from the official start of summer. We're already into meteorological summer, and we've got a legitimate cold front dropping in, and it's moving into a warm and humid air mass. And when you get that collision of the air masses, you can get some really nasty weather. Now, right now, the big thing we're looking at is we have a tornado watch until 5 a.m. for northern Kentucky. It's all the counties with the solid red box. Tornado watch. Remember, a watch means ingredients are there for the possibility of tornadoes to develop. Watch is when you want to start paying attention. When a warning is issued, that's when you want to take action. Now, here's the good news, and you can see that on the title bar below me. There are no active warnings in Kentucky right now. We do have some severe thunderstorm warnings and some flood advisories and warnings up in Indiana. But as of right now, no active warnings in Kentucky, which is a good thing. We're going to bounce back over to the radar now and just kind of take a look at how this is progressing. This is dipping down to the south and to the east. There have been some very potent thunderstorms up near Bloomington and Indianapolis earlier. Some of those did produce tornadoes. And the environment is primed for severe weather overnight. The question is just how bad is it going to be? And I know I got a lot of folks in Southern Kentucky and Eastern Kentucky watching. This is mainly going to be a Northern Kentucky event during the overnight, but almost the entire state has a fair game of severe weather on Thursday. So we're going to talk about that. I will probably stay on until about midnight answering questions, and then we'll kind of go from there. If I need to jump back on during the overnight, that may happen as we need to. So let's go to the current conditions. Let me pull this up over here. Okay. So right now, we've got pretty good thunderstorms up in southern Indiana. You can see they're west of Versailles, north of Bedford, near Bloomington. Few severe thunderstorm warnings. There were tornado warnings earlier. Temperatures are still running into the upper 70s and low 80s across Kentucky right now, and dew points are into the 60s and 70s. So there is a lot of moisture and a lot of heat. Now, the big question tonight is what happens out here west of Frankfort over towards Owensboro. A lot of the ingredients are there for the potential of tornadoes. There's spin, there's a bit of instability, but do we get the triggering mechanism, and can they sustain it? Or with this squall line coming in, would it be more of a straight line wind event? Similar situation up here in northern Kentucky. Once again, we do have a tornado watch for pretty much Lexington over to Louisville, over to Moorhead and Ashland, and places to the north until 5 a.m. And late in the day today, let me switch this real quick. Day 1. We did have that enhanced risk push further south, and for a hot second it went into Kentucky, but they drew that back up into Indiana. We do have or the enhanced risk. The slight risk still ongoing for most of the state through the overnight. And then into tomorrow, the rest of the state gets in on that slight risk. So effectively, 75 to 80% of Kentucky is under a slight risk of severe weather from tonight through the day on Thursday. That means that there is at least a 15% chance of damaging winds in excess of 58 miles per hour, hail of at least 1 inch in diameter, and a small possibility of tornadoes. Getting some questions. What time will the storms get here between Chavies and Buckhorn? What's going to happen in Walton? What time is going to get in Pikeville? So y'all want to know about the timing. Okay, let's talk timing. Switch back over here. So this is the future radar from the HRRR model. High resolution rapid refresh. So here we are, 4 a.m. That line starts crossing the Ohio River, and we get, if this model's right, some pretty strong convection popping off E-Town over to Litchfield, Madisonville, Hartford, Owensboro, Marion, Morganfield. So there we are at 4 a.m. Here we go, 5 a.m. Starts pushing into central Kentucky. Lexington, you're probably going to have a ripping thunderstorm at 6 a.m. if this model is correct. And one thing I want to take a look at is take a look at the sounding data. So the sounding data shows us what the vertical profile of the atmosphere looks like, and also brings up some of the severe weather industries. So STP, that's the significant tornado parameter, 1.2. That's not great, but it's not horrible. Usually I start getting concerned with that when it starts getting up into like a 2 or a 3 range. Storm relative helicity, generally staying under 300. Usually 300 is where I really start to get a little bit concerned. But you will notice there is a fair amount of shear. You got a pretty decent wind at the surface from the south to southwest. You get up around 15,000 feet in the atmosphere, and we are seeing a due westerly. So there is a lot of shear, there is a lot of spin in the atmosphere. So that is something to watch for, is that any storm that does go up tonight or tomorrow can tap into that spin and could go tornadic. So that is something we need to keep an eye on. So, question from Ellis Trucking on YouTube. How's Carlisle looking for tonight? And what's the 2% risk of tornadoes mean? So 2% risk means just that. It is a 2% chance of tornadoes. If you were to roll 100-sided dice on a 1 or a 2, you would get a tornado. So for my Dungeons and Dragons nerds out there, roll the percentiles on a 1 or a 2. There you go. E-Town. E-Town, Dana could get a little bit bumpy overnight tonight, and also up there towards Ratcliffe. Mount Vernon, I think if Mount Vernon sees anything, it's going to be tomorrow morning. Corbin and London will get there.
Sorry, Dana specifically has 120 teenagers in Elizabethtown, close to Ratcliffe.
Okay. Gotcha, because camp's going on.
Yes.
Okay, let me zoom in on them real quick.
She might need more information.
Yeah. Okay, so here's E-Town, there's Ratcliffe, here's the future radar. It's looking like the worst for y'all is going to roll in sometime around 4 or 5 a.m. And then another good little hit around 7 a.m. So probably...
Does she need to shelter these kids that'll be asleep?
I would have somebody watching, and if a warning's issued, get them to the shelter. Alright, so we'll back that up because I saw some folks had more questions about specific places and timing. You zoom this back out and reset it. Here we go, 5 a.m. This is what the radar could look like. 6 a.m. 7 a.m. So I saw a question about Mount Vernon, probably between 7 and 8 a.m. if this future radar is right. And Emily, it would be damaging winds, large hail, some heavy rain, intense lightning. Joyce Parton, Corbin. So Corbin, I think it's going to be late morning or early afternoon. We'll go ahead and play this on into the future. Yeah, here we go, 10 a.m. Between 9 and 10 a.m., London and Corbin both getting a good little storm. Same for Barberville. Also Prestonsburg. About 8 to 10 a.m. for y'all, if this future radar is correct. Pikeville, kind of a similar story. Just taking a quick look at the sounding data. And once again, the shear not as good tomorrow, but there will be a little bit more instability to work with. So that definitely seems more like a damaging wind kind of a setup tomorrow morning. Noontime, you'll notice the threat shifts more towards western Kentucky. The front's kind of stalled out right on top of the state. More thunderstorms develop through the afternoon, and then I think we see another round of development tomorrow afternoon and evening. And some of these, I do have a little bit of concern how they're looking on the future radar. Yeah, that's definitely a little bit more concerning for tornadic potential tomorrow afternoon in southern Kentucky. So like Lake Cumberland region, Cumberland Valley, even eastern Kentucky, over into places Beattyville, Booneville, down to Jackson. That could be a little bit more of an environment that would be favorable for severe weather tomorrow afternoon. London, I know we don't want anything. We need to be on the lookout tomorrow afternoon. It's not looking ingredient-wise as bad as last May, but there's still enough there that we could get some strong to severe thunderstorms. Here we are Friday at midnight, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., and finally kicking everything on out of here by about 8 a.m. Friday. Question about Danville around what time? Okay, let me get that for you. this up a little bit more. So if the future radar is correct, which this is guidance, not gospel. I know I haven't said that yet. Don't take this verbatim. This gives us an idea. If this model is correct, around 4 or 5 a.m., Danville would get its first storm, probably have a bigger storm around 7 a.m., and then some lingering rain through the mid-morning and early afternoon. Rosetta, if we get anything in Corbin or London, it's going to be late morning, probably 10 or 11 a.m. I guess I also need to check over on TikTok. Questions about Nicholas County and Cleveland, Ohio. Okay. Hang on, let me get Nicholas County first and Spencer County, Indiana. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm seeing a lot of questions now on TikTok. I need to get that over somehow. All right. Cincinnati, straight line winds, tornado threat is low, not zero, but it is lower. Louisville, kind of, we're in wait and see mode, but I'm definitely feeling it's more like a straight line threat now. Nicholas County, Kentucky, we are looking more severe weather possible during the early morning tomorrow, say between 3 and 6 a.m. there. Cleveland, Ohio should be okay. Let me pull up. I saw. You can zoom in to Nicholas County. Show you how that plays out. So 6 a.m. is when it really pops off for y'all. And then maybe a few thunderstorms tomorrow night there. Alright, let me get back over. Moorhead into... Moorhead tonight into the morning. Dustin? Okay, let me show you that future radar again and zoom that in over towards Moorhead. So Moorhead probably breaks loose, maybe a few thunderstorms between 6 and 7 a.m. Wrapping things up around noon, and then a small chance of storms again tomorrow evening. If this model is correct. Once again, we take it as guidance, not gospel. Gives us an idea, doesn't necessarily tell us exactly how it's going to play out. I'm going to go back to the current radar, just take a look.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, got tornado warning up in Ohio.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Switzerland County, Indiana is now under a tornado warning, including the town of Vivi.
And a warning.
Tacos are happening.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So yeah, so if you know people up around Vivi, Indiana, the warning is just north of Vivi. And For folks over at the Rising Sun Casino, you're just outside that polygon. But it's going to be close. Let me switch to the single site radar. Gosh, which one's closer, Wilmington or Louisville? I think Louisville may have a little better peek into the part of the storm I'm interested in. So what I'm doing right now is I'm double boxing the velocity data. Yeah, right on top of New Marion right now. Pretty good area of rotation. Just south of Highway 50 in Versailles. I don't know how y'all pronounce it up there. If it was Kentucky, I would say Versailles. So if you're in Versailles, along 421 and correct, Dillsboro, you need to be in your tornado safe spot right now. This thing looks like it's going to run just south of US 50 between New Marion and Rising Sun. And that would eventually cross over into Kentucky around Rising Sun and head towards Union and Independence, if this holds together. Austin, I am having a Mountain Dew tonight. East Tennessee is good right now. East Tennessee, not much going on. Corbin, Williamsburg, yeah, we definitely need to be on the lookout tomorrow afternoon. Somerset, good tonight. Watch out tomorrow morning and especially tomorrow afternoon and evening. Hazard, right now good. Tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening could be an issue. Georgetown is good for now. Hannah, I see you over on the talk. Georgetown could have some strong thunderstorms around 5 or 6 in the morning. Cannonsburg in Boyd County. Let me pull that up. We'll leave that there to keep an eye on that. We'll switch sources real quick. Alright, looks like for you in Cannonsburg between 6 and 7 o'clock in the morning, few strong to severe thunderstorms, gusty winds, the main concern. And folks, I'm answering questions as fast as I can, so just bear with me. There's a lot of them coming in. Flat Gap, Kentucky. Let me show you guys what your future radar looks like. It's over near Paintsville. Best chance for y'all, thunderstorms about 7 or 8 o'clock tomorrow morning. And watch out tomorrow afternoon. You may get a few strong to severe storms after about 2 o'clock. Are they okay? Well, the worst of it looks to go north of them, but it's going to be close. Vivi is not in the polygon. Cleveland, Ohio, not looking too bad right now. To answer that question, Beattyville. Hang on, I'll pull up Beattyville and show you guys it. Alright, so it looks like Beattyville starts seeing storms tomorrow morning around 7 or 8 a.m. Could be some strong ones with that first batch. Maybe a strong one in the afternoon. Maybe a couple strong storms in Beattyville tomorrow if the HRRR is correct. Also, with all these storms, some places may get hit over and over and over again. Potentially flash flooding is a definite possibility tomorrow. Clay County, Manchester. Hang on, Brenda. Let me show you Clay County's future radar. And folks, just bear with me. I'm getting a lot of requests for individual towns, so it may take me just a minute to get through it all. Alright, so here we go into tomorrow morning. Manchester probably sees the first big round about 10 or 11 o'clock in the morning. Your better chance of severe weather comes tomorrow evening around 6 or 7 o'clock. Ohio County. Let me pull you up on the future radar. Over around Hartford and Beaver Dam, out in the heart of western Kentucky. Well, south central, but alright, so Ohio County probably sees its first good round of storms about 3 or 4 in the morning local time. Big one could come through about 6 in the morning. Y'all see a lot of rain through the morning and early afternoon. Should taper off by late tomorrow night into early Friday morning. And just to give everybody like an idea of how much rain we could see over the next 48 hours, this is the rainfall forecast from the HRRR. So a widespread 1 to 2 inches, and isolated thunderstorms could drop down 3 to 4 inches, especially if we get training over the same areas. So training being the same thunderstorm rolling over the same town over and over again, like a train on the railroad tracks. London, John Hall. London's best chance going to be late tomorrow morning for the first round. Probably 10 or 11 o'clock.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
And then I'm honestly a little more concerned with London with tomorrow evening between 6 and 7 o'clock. That line coming together worries me a bit. Also, we just had a new tornado warning issued near Seymour, Indiana. So if you know any folks watching up there, just let them know. I'm going to switch back over to the radar full screen just for a second. Monitoring that storm in southern Indiana that's coming up towards Independence, Kentucky. There is still some decent rotation south of Versailles, or Versailles, however you pronounce it up there, heading towards Dillsboro and Aurora, and eventually this will be heading just north of Rising Sun. It actually looks like it's going to shoot the gap between Aurora and Rising Sun and head over towards Burlington, if that holds together. So that could be the Boardman, Ohio. Let me pull that up. Okay, so Boardman, you're good for a while. You may have some severe weather heading your way here in a couple hours, but you're good for right now. New Tazewell, Tennessee. Jason, if y'all get anything down that way, it's going to be probably a better chance tomorrow afternoon or evening. Floyd County, Teresa, could be a few strong thunderstorms about 5 or 6 in the morning. Better chances tomorrow afternoon. Cornetsville, overnight, not a lot. Could see some strong thunderstorms tomorrow afternoon. Torrey, Corbin could have a few strong thunderstorms late tomorrow morning. Better chances tomorrow afternoon and evening. Uh-oh, he's up. All right, folks. So, right now, we don't have any active warnings in Kentucky, which is good news. I still do not like how that storm heading towards Independence is looking. So what I'm probably going to do, at least for the next little bit, I'm going to step away for just a second, take just a quick break, and then pop back on here when that tornado warning gets closer to Kentucky. So I will be back in just a little bit. Once again, right now, no active warnings in Kentucky. We'll talk about the one heading towards Independence in just a little bit. So stay tuned. I'll be back probably in about 15 or 20 minutes, y'all. All right, so welcome back. If you're just now joining us, this is Meteorologist Shane Smith. It is 12:12 a.m. and we are tracking a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado moving into northern Kentucky as we speak. National Weather Service Doppler radar is currently tracking a area of rotation southwest of Lawrenceburg, heading towards Burlington, Kentucky. And this thunderstorm is capable of producing a tornado. This tornado warning going up until 1 a.m. Eastern Time, and does include several counties up into northern Kentucky and also into portions of Ohio and Indiana. So that's Dearborn and northeastern Switzerland County in Indiana, and Kenton County, Boone County, and Gallatin County in northern Kentucky. And once again, that goes until 1 a.m. Eastern. So if you have friends, relatives, loved ones in any of those counties, be sure to share this stream with them. Let them know they need to seek shelter. What does that look like? Well, you need to get to the lowest level of your home, away from windows, away from exterior walls. You want to put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. You want to cover your head, protect it, a helmet, hard hat, pillows, a mattress. Most tornado related injuries happen due to flying debris, so you want to protect yourself from that. Also have a good pair of shoes nearby or on, because you don't want to be stepping on debris. So we are tracking a pretty good area of rotation now, right on top of Dillsboro, Indiana. It's heading over towards Aurora and Burlington. So if you're along US 50 between Dillsboro and Aurora, you need to be in your safe spot.
Has been issued.
New tornado warning up into portions of Ohio. That's for that storm to the north. But yeah, we've been tracking severe weather through most of the evening here in southern Indiana. These storms do have a history of producing severe weather into portions of southern Indiana. So once again, if you have friends in northern Kentucky near Independence, near Burlington, near Rising Sun, near Aurora, call them, text them, let them know, share this live stream out. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. And folks, you'll forgive me, I'm pouring over some of the data with these storms. So it's not the cleanest looking signature I've ever seen on radar, but there is definitely some rotation southwest of Lawrenceburg right now, near Wilmington and Aurora. So if you're anywhere between Aurora and Burlington, go ahead and get into your severe weather shelter. If I'm in Rising Sun, Independence, go ahead and get into your severe weather safe place. Anything to worry about in Bronson, Kentucky? Let me pull that up real quick. Oh, Bronson, you guys are going to be in the clear until late tomorrow morning. So if you have questions, be sure to post those in the chat. So yeah, the worst part of the storm is just southwest of Lawrenceburg, Indiana. If you're over at the Grand Victoria Casino and Resort over in Rising Sun, I would definitely be seeking shelter right now. I know that's a big tourist destination up there. The worst of it should go north, but it's going to be close. Yeah, there could be a rain-wrapped tornado just southwest of Aurora. It could be moving into West Aurora any second now. I'm curious. I'm going to switch this product real quick to the correlation coefficient. Just look, see if there's a little debris strike. Not yet. So that's some good news. Yeah, there is really good rotation just to the west of Aurora. If that's not a tornado, that is a very potent thunderstorm. So once again, if you're just joining us, Meteorologist Shane Smith here. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, and TikTok, tracking severe weather moving into northern Kentucky. My channel mainly focuses on Kentucky weather, but if you do have questions for places outside of Kentucky, I will try to answer those as I can, as time allows. But we are tracking a tornado-warned thunderstorm moving into northern Kentucky tonight. So if you have friends just south of Covington, back over towards Independence, Burlington, this will eventually make its way over towards Florence. In fact, I do think Florence is within that tornado warning. It is. Crittenden and Dry Ridge are not. Walton is under that tornado warning. Although this looks like it's going to ride the northern side of this polygon. Looks like this storm is going to ride somewhere between Interstate 275 and Highway 18, and then eventually over towards Florence. Burlington and Florence both need to be taking shelter. This is also going to come pretty darn close to the Covington Cincinnati International Airport. If this thing holds together, it's going to be really close to hitting the airport. So if you have questions about the severe weather, pop them into the chat. And you'll forgive me if you see me looking down, y'all. I'm trying to pull up my phone, see if any new data is coming in. So once again, if you're just joining us, this storm near Aurora, Indiana is getting ready to cross into northern Kentucky. And it could produce a tornado any minute now if it's not already. In fact, there's a little bit of a correlation coefficient drop just south of Aurora. That's a little detached from the main rotation, but tell you what, that is so close to Covington. We are going to switch radars real quick. Because we should be able to see this from the terminal Doppler. Yeah, not looking as good, but that's like right on the...
New information, this tornado warning has been upgraded.
So it looks like the tornado warning moving into northern Kentucky has just been upgraded to observe. So this means there has been a tornado confirmed on the ground. So this is a very potent thunderstorm, and it is likely now producing a tornado. And has been confirmed to be producing a tornado. My goodness. So once again, we have an observed tornado warning for portions of northern Kentucky. That includes Kenton and Boone counties. Confirmed tornado was located over Rising Sun and moving east at 40 miles per hour. Radar confirmed tornado. Radar showing debris in the air. So yeah, that CC drop that I just mentioned. This area of blue showing up on the radar, that is the debris from the tornado. It's likely rain wrapped, just given the radar presentation. So if you are in the town of Burlington, if you're in Florence, if you're near the Cincinnati, Northern Kentucky airport, Commissary Corner, Waterloo, Bellevue, McVille, you need to be in your tornado safe spot now. We will... Carlisle. Hang on one 1 second. We'll look at Carlisle. If this storm were to hold together, it would be much further north of Carlisle, but there could be storms later in the morning heading your way, potentially 4 or 5 a.m. So once again, if you're just joining us, this is Meteorologist Shane Smith. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. We have a observed tornado warning in northern Kentucky, including portions of Kenton and Boone counties. This goes until 1 a.m., so about another 30 minutes. National Weather Service Doppler radar has observed debris in the air from a possible tornado which has rolled over either Rising Sun or Aurora, somewhere up along the Ohio River. I'm going to try to pause the CC drop. Yeah, that little blue spike that happened between Aurora and Rising Sun, that's what prompted the upgrade on that tornado warning, as the radar likely was tracking debris. The storm is likely cycling right now as it heads towards Burlington. This is going to be really close to the Covington-Cincinnati airport. If I'm in Florence, if I'm near the airport, if I'm in Burlington, I'm getting in my severe weather shelter now. Can't say no tornadoes for sure, Ellis, but it's definitely looking like a better chance of just strong straight line winds for y'all. It's not a non-zero chance, but it's a low chance. It's 2%. All right, here we go.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
That is up in Ohio. National Weather Service is keeping the warning for Florence, Erlanger, and Burlington.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
So once again, if you're up in Boone or Kenton counties or up near Florence or Independence, now is the time to seek shelter. Go to the lowest level of your home. A basement is preferable if you have it. If you don't have a basement, an interior closet or hallway, you want to put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible and protect your head. Okay, so once again, this is the storm has weakened a little bit. The rotation is not as intense as it was, which is good news. But that just shows you how quick these storms tonight can spin up. I'm sorry, I'm just pouring over some of this data. So what we're seeing is these thunderstorms are likely going to be rain wrapped if they are a tornadic thunderstorm, meaning you're not going to see the tornado. It's going to be wrapped in rain until it's right on top of you. They're very quick spin ups because they are embedded within this line. And I think that's going to be the nature of anything we do see tonight as far as tornadic activity goes. Like, if I was just looking at this as a normal radar, there's nothing on here besides this little inflow notch. That would really indicate anything tornadic, although it may be cycling right now. You may have a new circulation try to develop near Camp Ernest Roan, Granny's Garden, Oak Brook, Pleasant Valley Road. And this is heading towards Florence. So, Florence, y'all need to take cover. You have friends or family in Florence, Kentucky, let them know they need to be in their severe weather shelter till at least 1 a.m.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
It's a new tornado warning for Campbell County and Kenton County, so they are carrying this tornado warning eastward. That does include Independence, Ryland Heights, Alexandria, New Richmond. Does that get down to Augusta? Melbourne, Camp Springs, Cold Springs. No, it doesn't quite get down to Augusta. Yeah, this is starting to tighten back up again. We'll likely have another tornadic circulation getting ready to form just west of Florence. I'm looking at this from the terminal Doppler up at the Cincinnati airport. Alright, so I'm going to switch the radar back over to Wilmington. Just so I can get some of the dual pole data. Yeah, that data is not as good because it's so much further away. We're going to go to this little radar. Oh wow. Oh wow, wow, wow. Look at this right here, folks. Yeah, that's not good. That likely shows if this is not dropping another tornado right now, it will be shortly. You can see the inflow and the outflow. Oh yeah. If you're in Florence, you need to be underground now. the western part of Florence, Kentucky is likely about to see a tornado roll through. Hopeful Heights, the Florence Mall. That's going to go right along 42. Right over I-75 and I-71. This is likely going to go near the Florence exit. That is a very, very concerning radar signature just west of Florence, Kentucky. If you have friends or family in Florence, please let them know to take shelter now. Yeah, that's not a good signature, folks. If you're just joining us, it's 12:40 a.m. I'm meteorologist Shane Smith, and we are likely watching a tornado get ready to go into Florence, Kentucky, right along the Florence exit, the Florence Mall. There's a Cracker Barrel there. There's the water tower that everybody knows. This tornado may go right on top of the water tower. And if that holds path, may head over towards the St. Elizabeth Medical Center at Edgewood. So if you know folks up at that medical center, I don't know if that's an active hospital or not, but if it is, they need to be seeking shelter now. This is a very concerning radar signature. Logan, I think the storms tomorrow in London could be severe, especially tomorrow afternoon and evening. Brenda Holcomb saying it is windy tonight in Delphia. Yeah, going to be really windy ahead of these storms as that front blows in tonight and tomorrow. So once again, if you are in Florence, you need to be in your tornado warning shelter. Put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible. And I'm just seeing in chat, it is confirmed on the ground at the Florence airport. Wow, that radar signature, y'all. That is a violent tornado on top of Florence right now. If y'all believe in prayer, pray for the people up there, because that is not a good signature on the radar. I'm going to switch radars real quick. pull up the So this looks like it's on a track just south of 275 from Florence over to Taylor Mill. So if you are anywhere in between those, down all the way to Latonia Lakes, you need to be in your tornado safe spot immediately. And that's a pretty densely populated area. Oh, dear Jesus, help them. Yeah, this is one of the nastiest looking radar signatures I've seen in a while in Kentucky. That is likely a very violent tornado. If not, that is an incredibly intense circulation. And it is just down from the Doppler radar for the Covington Airport. Like, that is unreal rotation. And Cody, you're absolutely right. It does look like the eye of a hurricane on that radar. And that is not what you want to see. So tornado warnings continuing for Boone and Kenton counties. At least till 1 a.m., 1:15 just east of this. But we are tracking what is likely a very large and very dangerous tornado just east of Florence, now heading towards the St. Elizabeth Medical Center at Edgewood, Taylor Mill. Maurice, you need to be in your storm shelter. Sanford Town, excuse me. Independence, this is likely going north of you, but you still want to shelter just in case. Ryland Heights, this is going to be a close call. This is likely going to come down to the intersection of 27 and 275 between Cold Springs and Alexandria if it holds together. But what we're seeing here is just intense inflow and outflow. Justin, I hope not. I am seeing unconfirmed reports that it was on the ground in Florence. I'm just checking social media, seeing if any data is coming in, any reports. Just went south of me. Good luck, Independence. Large would be my guess, Justin. That is a nasty, nasty radar signature. And it is heading right for Taylor Mill. It is likely on the ground now between Florence and Taylor Mill, Latonia Lakes, Ridgeview Heights, And unfortunately, this looks like it's a pretty densely populated area. If you're along Hands Pike, Wayman Branch Road, um, Scott High School, Woodland Middle School, anywhere near there, please seek shelter now. Get to the lowest level of your home, an interior closet away from or away from windows. A bathroom or is awesome, basement's better, and put as many walls between you and the outside world as possible, and cover your head, because this is a very, very serious tornado warning. I'm going to step away for just a second, guys. I'll be right back. All right, folks. So I've got some things I need to take care of. So I'm going to be wrapping this up. There's a lot of other good meteorologists out there. Weather Now Kentucky is streaming. Ryan Hall's out there. Jump on their stream. Watch. I will have updates tomorrow as needed. So until then, take care. Stay weather aware. Good night, y'all.